Hi everyone, welcome back again. My name is Katia Velino. Today is Sunday. On Sundays we talk about sex, marriage and relationship. Today I will not leave our children out of the loop. We will be talking about teenage pregnancies. Yes, teenagers, unprotected sex. What do you have to say about teenagers who are getting pregnant or teenagers who are pregnant? I want to take this back home where I come from, Nigeria. Yes, speaking of Nigeria, I want to let you know, do you know that an average of 80% of teenagers between the age of 16 to 23 has terminated pregnancy? Not 1, 2, 3 is average. Now let's tackle this issue. Many a time we tend to blame these teenagers for getting pregnant. Why are they really getting pregnant? You as a mother, what have you taught your children about being pregnant or about getting pregnant? I will tell you, I will use myself as an example. When we were growing up, we were not told anything about sex. The only thing we were told, we were regularly checked on how, if you see your period every month, and then we were told that once you get close to a man, you will get pregnant. So that the best thing for you to do is to avoid even getting close to a man. It's a no-no. Parents should get involved in educating their children, in telling them the consequences of having sex. It is very crucial that parents start educating their children and bringing them closer and telling them no, what unprotected sex means. I was watching something on television the other day. It was a Nigerian channel, and they were talking about giving children, that it is very wrong for a woman to carry condom in their bag. And then when I was listening to that video or to that program, I say, wow, this is how people perceive these things, that when a girl or a lady, even a grown woman, that if you carry condom in your bag, that your partner, now I'm talking about people in Nigeria, please, that your partner will tend to see you as a prostitute that you sleep around. Now, this is just to tell you how developed the mind of the people, the mindset of the people are. That if a woman carries condom in the bag, they're perceived, they're being seen as prostitute. Here in this part of the world, in secondary school, they are giving them free condoms because they know that they're doing it. They are doing it. So the best thing to do is to get them ready, teach them the consequences. It will slow down your academic life. You might have STD. Your life will come to a point that it will get to a halt at one point. You don't want something to terminate or to be detrimental to your life in terms of STD and getting pregnant and every other stress that is associated with that. While back home, they are telling them that if you carry condom, I'm not even talking of secondary school. Secondary school is a no-no. I know that they don't talk about those things in secondary school. And then why do you think growing up, on the other hand, family or our parents never called us close and tell? If they're doing it now, kudos. That's why I always say growing up, back in the days, and I know that some people are still doing that. You don't castigate a teenager that is pregnant. Rather, you ask yourself, how much does this teenager know? What is she being taught? What did the family or the parents teach this teenager? And you, what if you have a teenager in your household, like cousins, nieces and nephews, how often have you really come to talk to these teenagers to try to understand their sex life? We need to start involving we need to start teaching these teenagers the consequences of sex, the consequences of having unprotected sex. Not only do they get pregnant, but STD follows from that. Grown people very often have unprotected sex, and here you are talking about teenagers who does not have clue what it means to have unprotected sex. So the message for today is it okay to let your teenage daughter or son know about condom? Is it okay for you to teach your teenage children about sex? And at what age? When I say teenage children, I mean from the age of 13 to the age of 19. Is that okay for you to start discussing sex with them at that age? And living in Canada, in part of Canada where we live, Canada had a curriculum where they are teaching children from the age of 6 years old and above about sex. I am very against that. Don't get me wrong, but I am asking you, what age do you think that is appropriate for you to teach your teenage children about sex, STDs, and pregnancies? But let me tell you, if you think that these teenagers, because you're not talking to them, that it's not the right age for them to know. Everything is out there on the social media. They learn everything from social media. And don't even think that, oh, okay, I know when my children watch TV, I know when they are in the computer. You are so wrong, because the world out there is not the world that you and I know growing up. Everything is what they learn on social media, including me. When I was growing up, everything I learned from my friends. Media wasn't as bad as it is right now. Everything we learn growing up as a teenager, I mean me and my friends, we learn them through experiments. Nobody taught us anything. So this is what I'm trying to bring us to see right now. And I refuse to carry my children along the same way that I was raised, because things were not the same now. The world is changing, the world is revolving, the world is evolving a lot of stuff. So I think that it's necessary that we move with the era and talk to children and let them know the consequences. It's just like when you give your child timeout. When they don't do dishes or clean their bathroom, you give them timeout. What happens to teaching your children the appropriate things to do when it comes to having girlfriend, having sex, having unprotected sex? Who are we to blame here? The children, the parents? In most cases, I'll give you my own opinion. 80% of the time, I don't blame the children, the teenagers who are pregnant or who are getting pregnant. I blame us, the parents. How much did we spend time in educating our children? We need to come closer to our children. Most people are not close to their children, in the sense that some things they still consider a taboo, that you don't talk about this to your children. They go out there, they get it, and they get it the wrong way, that is going to haunt you and haunt them. So let's all stand out and talk to our kids. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave your own opinion. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget our Sunday chit chat, and see you guys next week so that we can talk about all the lovely skincares and looking good. Thank you. Bye.